You both said today that you love each other, and I believe it, but I'm trying to tell you, love is not enough for a successful marriage. There's so many other things that go in it. It's not just about you anymore.
Here is today's case.
You said that you have suspicions he has been looking elsewhere, and that's one of your real concerns?
He hasn't been physical with me, so obviously he might be getting it somewhere else.
It never happened. She did it to start drama.
Oh, so you're saying that you don't even believe anyone messaged her? You think she's making this up?
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Your Honor, as you know, for the first time in divorce court, we have a virtual audience, and it's filled with your superfans. Today's superfan of the day is Sophie from Boston, Massachusetts.
Hi, Sophie. Welcome to Divorce Court. We're so happy to have you with us today.
Your Honor, today's case is Dugan versus Dugan.
Thank you, Juan. Val Dugan?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have brought your husband, Bernie Dugan, to court today. You say that the two of you have been married 11 years, but now you live more like roommates rather than husband and wife. Why don't you give me some background, ma'am? Tell me what's happening.
Well, when I said I do 11 years ago, I was looking for a lover, a protector, somebody to be there for me, not a roommate. When I met him 15 years ago, he saved me. He was my savior. He took me out of a broken home. He was always there for me. Now, it's like we're nothing. There's nothing there.
When you say he saved you, what do you mean by that?
I come from a bad background, like bad family. Mm-hmm. And I was displaced from my home. He only knew me for 2 weeks and brought me into his home.
Before the two of you moved in together 2 weeks after meeting?
Yep.
Did you move in together 2 weeks after meeting?
Yes, I moved her in 2 weeks after meeting.
Why so fast?
Come to find out that her family eventually lost her home. Mm-hmm. I didn't want her to be homeless.
How did the marriage start off? When do you say the relationship changed?
I would say about like 3-4 years ago it changed, Your Honor. He just all of a sudden just stopped being invested in us. Like he's there, but he's not there. Mm-hmm. Like emotionally,
I'm there
physically.
every day.
But you're not there emotionally. You might be there, but you're not there.
How long did the two of you know each other before you got married? I know you moved in quickly, but how long did you know each other?
Your Honor, we've been together for 15 years, married for 11.
So you were together for 4 years before you got married, and you have 2 children?
Yes.
14 and 11. You said that you have suspicions that he has been looking elsewhere, and that's one of your real concerns?
He hasn't been physical with me, so obviously he's might be getting it somewhere else.
Well, not necessarily.
Your Honor, I do not have a side girlfriend. If I wanted drama, I would have one.
But when she's expressed these things to you, because the two of you have been together a long time, how does that make you feel? What do you say? Is there anything that you can do to reassure her that's not happening, or is she just being insecure?
I think she's being insecure.
So what's going on? Why do you think she's being insecure now?
About a month ago, she brought up something about a girl that had messaged her on Facebook or called her or something, saying that we had a relationship or something like that.
Okay, that would be
5 years ago.
That would be a valid reason.
Yeah, but when I confronted her about it, showing me the messages, phone number, conversation, something, there's nothing there. She can't show me proof that a girl supposedly messaged her.
Oh, so you're saying that you don't even believe anyone messaged her? You think she's making this up?
Yeah, I think she's just making it up.
Why would she make something up like that?
Just to see it
like an entrapment? To admit that something happened?
I'm doing something that I'm not.
Are you doing that?
No, Your Honor.
You saw a message from someone?
Somebody did message me, but he never asked to see
where's the message?
I asked
he
to see
never
it.
asked to see the message.
Never showed me.
It's gone. I delete all my stuff. My phone doesn't hold a lot of storage.
But why would you delete a message? You say a woman reached out to you and said that your husband was cheating, and you deleted that message?
It wasn't all like that. She reached out to me, Your Honor, to let me know that in the past they had a relationship, like years ago. To me, it wasn't anything, of substance to me. But I did ask him about it. I just let it go. It wasn't important to me. When he didn't ask to see the message, I got rid of it. Why keep something? So what, so I can keep looking at it as a reminder?
So you said that she said it was years ago, but you've been together for 15 years.
Yes.
Wouldn't you want to know if your husband had an affair during your marriage? Wouldn't you want to know more?
Of course, Your Honor, yes. But
So you didn't keep
they
the
pop
woman's
out of
information,
nowhere.
her name, because he's saying that he doesn't even think it happened. That's why I'm asking you these questions.
Yeah, it happened. He knows it happened.
It never
He
happened.
just-
She did it to start drama.
I don't know, Ms. Dugan. I'm not convinced. You do not have anything to support the fact that your husband has stepped out in the marriage. The one message you say you have, I'm not convinced that you actually saw something. But you say he's checked out emotionally.
Yes. Your
What do you mean by that?
It's just, I mean, we've been together 15 years. Obviously, the sex life is going to fall off a little bit, but not as the way that it is. He said it's him, it's not me. I did some research, ordered him some stuff, got him what he needed, and it obviously didn't work because he ain't using it.
I just
so
don't take
it's
it.
obviously me.
Man, after an 8-hour workday, I work a labor job. After 8, 10 hours of work, I'm tired, I come home.
That's not an
I
excuse.
want to eat, shower, and rest. I'm tired. My body hurts, I'm tired, I want to sleep.
3 times this year, that doesn't make sense.
Hold
No,
on a
you
second.
still
I'm
want to.
not going to continue to talk over her. So we're gonna wait till Ms. Dugan finishes talking today. And it's not going to be long. It sounds like nothing is really happening as much as it did before. And I know you say it's been 15 years. The two of you have been through a lot of ups and downs, and maybe this is a time period where you're going through a little bit of a valley. Well, you got to learn to shake things up a little bit. So your wife is saying that she doesn't feel that you're there, but you're not really there. You're not really present.
Yeah, that's
and you're
kinda
not
true.
really that emotionally available or even physically in many ways. And I know you say it's been 15 years. The two of you have been through a lot of ups and downs, peaks and valleys, and maybe this is a time period where you're going through a little bit of a valley yourself. But how do you address that if she's saying that this is a need for her right now and it's a cry for some help in your marriage and in your relationship? I know you work a lot, and I understand that, and it's admirable that you're providing for your family. But when she is communicating that this is something that she wants to see change for the better, how do you address that? Or are you willing to?
We talk about it. I mean, I try to help her out, you know, emotionally, physically. But, I mean, she doesn't talk to me and tell me, like, her issues sometimes.
Ms. Dugan doesn't talk?
I don't know, but, like...
I can't believe that.
Most of the time, I don't know. We just sit, watch TV, fall asleep. Next day, I go to work, come home, repeat, same thing. I mean, she's telling me that I'm not invested in it, and she's half as not invested in it either.
So you think the two of you are in a little bit of a rut?
Yeah, I would say so, a
A
little bit.
routine, right?
Yeah.
And well, you got to learn to shake things up a little bit. That's what she's asking
And when
for.
I come home from work, I want a dinner. She doesn't cook me dinner no more.
Have you stopped cooking dinner, Ms. Dugan?
Your Honor, he comes home at 3:30. Who expects to have dinner ready for him at 3:30? I just got
7,
done doing
at 8,
school with our children.
Whatever time. Or have you stopped cooking dinner?
He likes to cook, Your Honor.
Yeah, I
That's
like
not
to
what he
cook, but I
said
shouldn't
today.
have to cook
He
and
said he
clean.
likes to eat. Have you stopped cooking dinner, ma'am?
He likes to cook. He chooses
Okay,
to
that's
cook, Your Honor.
that's
Yeah,
a
I do
yes.
choose
and
to
that's
cook.
well, but you see how relationships evolve. You see how as time goes on, that's something that you used to do. You used to cook all the time. Now you don't want to say it in court. I don't know why this is so difficult for you when I ask you the question 3 times. So you're not cooking as much. There are a number of issues that I see now that he's raising and that you're raising, but it sounds like nothing is really happening as much as it did before. Why do you say his family doesn't like you?
They don't talk to me. They have,
In 15 years?
in the 15 years when I lived with his family, we got along great, but they don't talk to me.
Why?
I don't know.
I
have
cannot
no
imagine
idea.
anyone not loving you, Miss Dugan.
I know, I'm very lovable, but it's, I don't know, they were looking for something else for him.
The two of you have been together for 15 years. Do you know how many marriages don't last that long? And the issues I see every day in divorce court with people coming in here. I mean, there is so much anger and resentment and hatred. And what I'm hearing from the two of you, you know what it sounds like? Two people who've been married for 15 years.
Your Honor,
Yes,
we've
Your
never
Honor.
broken up.
And you talk about his family doesn't like you. You've been, and I ask you for examples. And you're not really
just not
telling me.
there. They're not around, Your Honor. They don't come around. They were around when my son was little, but now.
So you want more of a relationship
Yes,
with him.
I come from a big connected family. When I was growing up, my family was big. We loved each other. We were there for each other. But he doesn't come from that. He's always spending on something.
I work for it.
But it's not yours, it's ours. It's an our thing. I don't care if he spends his money the way that he spends it.
It's mine. I mean, our bills
But
get
when
paid.
you're spending
I give
$300
her
or
money. I'm not
$400
telling
in the
her.
one item.
And the bills are being paid in the home? If you'd like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll free 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Missed a show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms, and for exclusive content, go to Apple TV. Mr. Dugan, what do you think is going on?
She's insecure.
Well, when are you
Why,
talking
lot of
about?
things.
why do you think she's insecure about your family, though?
It's not my family, it's her. I'm not sure where it's coming from. Like maybe one family member that doesn't really like talk to her. You know, might not like her that much, but I mean, not.
I mean, that
there's
happens
nothing
in-
really there that
Ms. Dugan,
we're not here about family
you not
members.
everybody.
and-
Let me tell you something, Ms. Dugan. As hard as this is for one and not to comprehend, not everybody is going to like you. Not everybody is going to like me. Not everybody's going to like your husband. That's okay. Not all of us get along with everyone in our spouse's family.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you know this by what happens every year at the family reunion. You know. And you said that your husband is also spending money unnecessarily?
Oh, yeah.
What is that
Yes.
about?
He always spends money. He's always spending on something.
I work for it.
But it's not yours, it's ours. It's an our thing. I don't care if he spends his money the way that he spends it, but whenever I ask you about it and you tell me, oh no, I didn't do this, and next thing you know, there's a package on the front porch.
What do you say he's purchasing that you find to be fiscally irresponsible?
Well, his new hobby and sneakers. Him and my son
What
all
is
of a
that?
sudden think
Sneakers?
sneakers.
Okay.
And yeah, and a hobby. He got a new hobby.
I like
Mr.
like
Dugan?
shoes. I like buying tennis shoes.
I don't see.
I mean, I work
guess
for the money, it's
you know,
mine.
I'm sorry, sir?
I work for the money. It's mine. I mean, our bills
But
get
when
paid.
you're spending
I give
$300
her
or
money. I'm not
$400
telling
in
her.
one item.
And the bills are being paid in the home?
Yeah, I'm not telling her what to spend her money on. I mean,
I don't
it shouldn't be an
see-
issue.
Yeah. Here's where I am.
I shouldn't have
Ms.
to tell her every time I buy something.
What?
You should.
I shouldn't have to tell her every time I buy something. I mean,
It's a team.
No, he shouldn't. No, he shouldn't.
Whenever it's over a certain amount,
if the two
Your
of you
Honor, I
have
think he
well,
should.
I was about to. Do the
I'm
two
not
of you?
spending hundreds
I have a
at
question.
once.
Hold on.
Do the two of you have an agreement that if you make purchases and it's over a certain dollar amount, you tell each other about it? Do you have that agreement?
We've never had to
No,
have that
not really.
agreement.
Okay,
never
so
really
why do
had
you
that problem.
complain? Why are you complaining? Then
Because we didn't have it at the time for him to spend.
But you're complaining that he has this new shoe hobby,
that's not
No,
new.
it's not a shoe hobby, Your Honor.
What is it?
Sneakers.
sneakers.
And a new hobby. It's two different entities. If he's buying shoes, him and my son are buying kicks, that's fine. But the hobby that he has is unnecessary. So
What is the hobby?
Building guns.
Okay.
Legally, they're legal. But if we don't have the money for it at that time, I don't feel like he should be doing it.
So you're saying that he's spending money that you don't have on things you don't need.
Exactly. Your
Is that
Honor.
true, sir?
No, it's money we do have on things that I work for.
I think you have to communicate on this and come to an agreement about how much you spend every month on your hobbies.
It's not.
Yes, Your Honor.
It's
And
not
if-
every month.
Well, whenever it is, sir.
Yes.
I'm just saying communicate
Yes, Your Honor.
and come up with a resolution. Because the two of you have been married for 15 years. You have 2 children. You have a family. And I think what your concern is, I think your concern is you feel like you lost spark
Yes.
in the relationship.
Yes, Your Honor.
And in the marriage, and it's bothering you.
He used to be my best friend.
I still am.
But if I wanted a roommate, I would be with a roommate. I would get a roommate.
We've been together 15
I want my
years.
husband
You know
back.
what
I
it is
want that
now.
emotional relationship back. I want that connection. If I'm upset, my father died in December.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I want to be held. If I'm crying, I don't want you to stand over there and look at me. I want you to hold me. Tell me you love me.
there.
Tell me everything's going to be okay.
I was there.
You were there, but you weren't there. Do you understand, Your Honor?
Yes, and here's what I have to say to the two of you. I think that she's saying you've checked out emotionally of the relationship, and you say that it's more so a result of the 15 years that you've been together, and that this is just what the two of you are going through right now. Everyone has their own love language, the way they want and need to be loved. And often when we fall into a pattern and a routine, we think that what's good enough for us is good enough for our partner and our spouse too. And it's really not. And those love languages can change over time. And I think there may be some issues with her being insecure, because I am not convinced that there was a message from another woman to you. She has raised some valid concerns about what's happening in the relationship. I think she needs to be heard about the way she wants to be loved right now, and some of the needs that she has that she is asking you to hear her out on. And I want you to do that. And the same goes for him. I asked you 3 times, were you still cooking dinner? You didn't want to answer it. You didn't want to admit that you have also slacked off a little bit. Well, you don't want to admit that you've also changed. And you don't do all of the things that you used to do, because you say you want the old him back. You want all of these old things back. Well, he wants a couple of meals back too. So listen to what he's saying when he's talking about she doesn't cook for me anymore. Marriage is a very symbiotic relationship. The number one issue that the two of you really need to come to terms with is the level of communication and listening to the other person when they say they want to be heard on something, and doing your best to address it. Because you know what marriage is about: the compromise, the sacrifice, the service. Now, it's no one else's responsibility to make you feel good about you. You cannot completely and totally rely on your husband for validation, for self-love and validation. But to the extent you add to her life, you add security, and you add levels of happiness to her life based on the little things, that's what you need to do. Another person cannot make you happy, Ms. Dugan. They can make you happier, but they cannot make you happy. Don't put that pressure on your husband to do that when you think he's not doing enough.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good luck to both of you.
I agree with the Judge Faith's verdict.
She listened to me. She knew where I was coming from.
I put 15 years into it, and I'm gonna fight for 15 more, if not more.
I see us together for the rest of the time, I guess. We've been together 15 years, and we have 15 years invested in it, and I love her, so I'm just gonna do what it takes to keep her happy.